for Islamic theocracy and communism that was propagated by propaganda from those people? Or is that indoctrinated hatred towards capitalism and democracy to where you don't care how bad it is, just as long as you get rid of it and replace it with something else?
Mm-hmm. Great question. My opinion, I don't see any love because out of love, good things come, right?
Mm,
It's it's all about this like hatred, and you can't tell what their problem is. It's like, what do you hate so much?
mm,
They're willing to make fun of the guy's hair, his wife's accent, like anything.
mm,
They call Trump a racist and then they make fun of his wife, right? It's all these contradictions, and then when you look at it, you're like, this doesn't feel sane, you know?
mm,
It just seems like you're just destructive. You just want to destroy everything. I don't know why, but it feels like a vibration of hate to me,
mm,
because if you actually had some values, you loved those values, you tried to nurture them, you tried to nurture your own communities, at least we'd know what you stand for, who's your
mm.
leader. Okay, what is your example of an ideal society? We just don't know. They're
Yeah.
just here to destroy everything that anybody else built
Mm.
because they hate it. They can't see it.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's exactly what it feels like too. It doesn't feel like I can't see where you're coming from in the sense of this is what I want to build and create. And this is my beautiful community that I'm so protective over and I want it to flourish. It feels like I just want to kill everything and anybody else. And it's not even that I want to build anything. I just want to make sure that you don't build anything. Like, well, that's so weird to me. That's a very weird thing.
Yeah, and that's why, like, we need to keep going and become the leaders that we lacked in our own societies, you know? Even through this whole pro-Palestinian movement that they had, I kept saying, okay, if that's what you really feel, go there, go help them, go try to figure out why they haven't been able to escape that, ask the right questions, hold people accountable. Why haven't the Arabic countries that are neighboring like taken these people in? Like, these are the right questions to
Mhm.
ask. If anyone is a truth seeker, they're gonna go follow up on that. But I haven't seen any actual activism other than just TikTok comments,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah, for sure. So I also wanted to ask you, because you said you've seen a lot of traumatic things. Is there anything at all that you would be comfortable expressing that you have seen or went through when you were in Iran?
So I myself, like I'm a pretty smart girl. So I've been arrested a few
Mm,
times, but I was able to escape those situations. But I've heard a lot of stories from firsthand friends like that have happened to them, and I've witnessed things where I couldn't really do much, and that bothers me. It traumatized me. There's absolutely no women's rights, right? So a woman could be beaten up to death by their husband or even by a policeman or whatever, and you can't do anything. You just basically powerless. There's no children's rights. There's beggars on the streets. But the most traumatic thing that I just cannot get off of my head is a woman who was raped by a taxi driver. And she goes to the police station and they tell her, "Oh, you actually have had sex with this man without marriage. That means you are this sinner." There's like a word for it. And they start lashing that woman. They give her 28 lashes
mhm,
for having sex before marriage. And this is a victim of a rape situation. And, we were all in a group therapy session when this came out, and it's just, it is true. It's happened to many other women. Basically, the police is not safe. That's why I never counted on the police anyways, because the police is the one who rapes you. The police is the one who will beat you up until you confess something that you haven't done.
Mm.
And this is really dark. And this is what I think that the privileged people, they don't understand what it is to see a policeman and be scared for your life, you
Mm.
know? Anything could happen. If they don't like my face, they're gonna arrest me. It's literally as simple as that. I've been arrested for like by the morality police, and I had the full hijab because I was going to work, and it's just like they tell us that we just have to fill this van today, so it doesn't really matter the extent of your hijab, so just get in, you know?
Right.
There's absolutely no sense of safety, and I just remember the day that I stepped in Canada and I couldn't believe that sense of safety. I was like, is that all over? What?
Yeah.
For a whole year, it felt weird to me,
Mm.
and I never went back to Iran because I don't want to feel like that ever again. But when you don't have laws, when you don't have actual enforcement of children's rights, do you know what could happen to children? There was this girl, what was her name? I'll search it up for you. She was beheaded by her father just like 4 or 5 years ago because she had a boyfriend. And because the father has rights to his daughter, he wasn't even considered a criminal because he was the one who was giving consent about the murder of
Yeah.
his own child.
That's
You
crazy.
know, it's so twisted. And do you know how much fear that instills in the women who are watching this news?
Mm.
Just makes them powerless. It's like shuts them up, and hey, you don't get to talk. You don't get to have a life here. Same thing is going on in Afghanistan. To be honest with you, my work doesn't finish with Iran.
Mm.
Like, Afghani women are going through a lot of darkness too. And now I see on TikTok that some Afghani women are coming out. And because I understand Farsi and we both speak Farsi, I can see this movement.